There, I got people coming back. Can you see me now? Can y'all see me? Trying to get all the settings correct. I don't know what happened to that other one. It just, like it disconnected, but it didn't show that it was disconnected on the camera or my computer. I think I'm here. I don't know. Let me get in here and make sure I got some. Get subscribers only. Make sure I'm monetized. It's crazy, y'all. I got Edith back. I got Jana and Tamara. Where'd everybody else go? I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It must have disconnected, but it didn't show a error message on my camera or anything to tell me that I've been disconnected. Yeah, I was kind of concerned about him too, Janet. Things didn't sound too good, I'll tell you. Well, thank you, Edith. I'm looking at the camera, trying to read the chat on the camera. Because it kind of freezes up on my laptop. I need to go ahead and get me a new laptop is what I needed to do. I think he might have been having a mental break. I don't know. I kind of wondered something like that, because of all the stuff he was saying about his job was bothering him. About, the kind of stuff that he sees all the time. And that's par for the course with a cop. Like I said, cops don't necessarily see the good times. They see all the bad things that happen. They have to deal with the deaths, the crime, um, the beatings, the robberies, all the bad stuff. How was your calendar, Edith? You seem happy to get the calendar. Now at least you can keep up with the days halfway. If you're like me, though, you'll forget to mark off a day and you'll still get confused on what day it is. I have to look at my phone to see what day it is. It tells me Friday the 21st or Saturday the 22nd. I feel Anthony has a very vivid imagination and got the better of him, just like he said about it. Blizzard in Chicago. It's not bad weather here today. Huh, I don't know. Could be having a mental breakdown or something because of the job, all the stuff that he sees. Because, I mean, some people can't handle that kind of stuff. I don't think I could. I busted my finger open right there today. And it's so sore. It's got my whole thumb, that end of my thumb, all sore and tender. It's swollen just a tiny bit. You can see how tight the skin is on it. It hurts. It burns. It's like a paper cut. You know, a paper cut is a little tiny thing, and it doesn't take much to cut your skin. And it hurts like the dickens. It burns. But it's not a paper cut. Oh well. It is Friday. Well, thank you, Neckbone Grizzle. I don't feel like a ballerina. I'll take that back. I probably feel like a really tired ballerina that's just went through her routine and practice and everything else, and she's ready to give it a night. Yeah, that's true, Tamara. And there's Melinda. Hello, Melinda. And there's Caleb. Hello, stranger. I've been great. We missed you, Caleb. I'm glad you're here tonight. And Country Cutie. I'm fine. I'm just tired. I've had a long day working in the garden. I did a video, got all the stuff cleaned up in the kitchen, and I decided I was going to sit down here, just rest a bit, and I decided I'm going to go live and chat with everybody. Because everybody always helps me relax, so what better way than to relax than to get my subscribers in a live chat? Yeah, looks like I made it back, I guess. I don't know what happened. It didn't show that I was disconnected or anything. No, just a little, not much. I mean, you can see the white of my arms up here and how brown it is down here where I wear my sleeves. I need to start wearing sleeveless blouses in the yard to get this part up here a little tanned. Because it looks funny, you know, if I put on a sleeveless blouse or a sleeveless dress and I've got tan this way and I got white here. Farmer's tan. I don't know, Gladys. It must have disconnected and I didn't know it. It didn't give me a message saying I was disconnected or anything. It showed that I was still live. Oh, wow, in the 40s. Well, I think it's going to be like in the 50s here tonight. Let me see. But you can start seeds anytime now. I mean, you can concession plant, especially squash, zucchini, stuff like that. Granberry weather. And there's Presley News. Presley Newton's. Huh? Hello, Presley, whatever. I can't read all that name. And MT. What kind of pre-billy? Pie billy. What kind of pie? I sent some of my people pumpkin pie seeds. It's the little pumpkins that grow about that big enough to make pies with, and that's why they call them pumpkin pie. Pie pumpkins. And there's just me, Billie Jean. Hello. Key lime pie. You making a key lime pie? It was 78 today. It's going to be 83 tomorrow. 63 tomorrow night. It's going to be 48 tonight. Sunday it'll be a high of 78, low of 52. It's going to be like in the mid to high 50s to 60s at night, mid 60s, and around 80 during the day. So seeds ought to love that. The ground's warming up. But we don't have any rain in sight at all, which is sad, because we need more rain. What's the 20 on the key lime pie? Yeah, no rain at all here either. I could eat a piece of key lime pie right now. I know, and I'm glad I got that tree burnt, because if we keep going and we don't get any rain, they'll have a fire band on. And then I wouldn't have been able to burn it. So I got it done and taken care of. Don't have to worry about it. Soon key lime pie and maybe alive, but stopped in Mom and me to see you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you did, Billie Jean. Lemon pudding sounds good. I love lemon meringue pie. My mom used to make some awesome lemon meringue pie. And I have not made one in years. Can tell I've been out in the yard working today. In that wind and no mask. You made you a video on a key lime pie or a lemon meringue pie? And there's Life with Pippin time. Hello. I got a pie coming up pretty soon, but I'm not sure what kind of pie I want to make. But you know, until I moved to Texas, I used to make my banana puddings from scratch. I made the custard and everything from scratch. And then I made a meringue topping. Put it in the oven just long enough to brown that meringue a little bit. Oh, you're talking about some good banana pudding, but that was good, y'all. I haven't made one like that in a long, long time. That's the way my mom always made them. Wasn't no Cool Whip or something like that on top. You made a meringue top on your banana pudding. That's the way all the old timers did it. I'm going to have to make me a banana pudding and put me a meringue top on it. See if I remember how. It's been so long. Just like my mom always put a meringue topping on lemon meringue pie. Oh, she could make some of the best lemon pie. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Your mom made it like that, Jana? Well, good. I'm eating a chicken pot pie. Well, I like chicken pot pies. And you do meringue on your banana pudding too, Billie Jean. Okay. I had no bananas because I don't like them. Huh. You gonna make a coconut meringue pie? Well, I like the tangy lemon meringue pie. My mom, oh my God, that pie was so good. It was so lemony and tangy. It was just a really good lemon meringue pie. I wish I had a piece of one right now that she made. Now, she made some good coconut pies too. I mean, she had the shreds of coconut all in the custard. It wasn't just the pie custard pie. It had all the shredded coconut in it. It was really good. I think we must have lost Dennis and Edith. I don't. Did Edith come back? Yeah, Edith did, but I don't think Dennis has come back. You always put banana flavoring in your banana pudding. It takes it over the top. I bet it does. There he goes. He's here. He says, I'm here. You quit reading my comments. Well, I'm reading the comments off the camera up here. I give up on reading on the laptop because they don't come up when they're supposed to. They lag. Tamara said, my mom couldn't cook or bake. Save her soul. Lucky Dad did. He said it was a matter of survival. Well, I guess if your woman can't cook, you got to step up, huh? Yeah, I only seen 9 likes on this one and 31 people watching. Everybody give me a thumbs up. You know that. I got 34 watching, 10 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Janice said I did. Hit the thumb button, please, and thank you. Is it your birthday, Tamara Aimling? You scared me into it. I remember there was somebody's birthday, but I don't remember who it was. Was it your birthday, Tamara? Oh, happy belated birthday, MT. So it was MT's birthday. Well, happy birthday, MT. You think yesterday was? Okay. Well, happy belated birthday, MT. Sorry I missed it. Yesterday was MT's birthday. I got one coming up. I don't even like to think about it. I got one coming up May 7th. That means I'm another whole year older. I'm as old as I want to be, you know. And there's Mr. Ramen Noodles. Hello. Okay, good night, Country Cutie. If you got to leave us, have a blessed night. Glad you could stop by. It'll be you 29. Yeah, right. I'll be 29 on the 7th of May. They've been steadily raising prices. What are they going up to now? Most of the things went up to $1.25, and then they got $5 and $7 items in the store. Pretty soon there's not going to be anything even $1.25 anymore. $1.50 by March 25th. Wow. Yeah, and that's only some of the items that are going to stay at $1.50, because they've already got like $5 and $7 items, $3 items. Prices keep going up everywhere with everything. $1.50 to $1.75 due to the tariffs. Well, there's still $1.25 in my Dollar Tree, so they're probably going to go up to $1.50. I assume. I don't know. Sure well charm. Hello, I used to come here some moons ago. Then lost your channel. Thankfully, I found it yesterday. I was following your cabinet project. Well, hit the go back to where you subscribed and click the bell, and it'll drop down a menu, and it'll show you, you can choose all notifications. Click that, and then after you click it, you'll be notified of everything I publish. You'll get notified of every live that's scheduled, every video that's posted, every short that's posted, everything. People forget that when you subscribe, you need to click on that bell and let it drop that menu down and click all notifications so you'll be notified of all the videos and all the lives that are going out. Wonder if Earl Shred would still paint any car for $29.99. I don't know, must be a little bitty car. You couldn't even get one door of a car painted anywhere here for $29.99. They wouldn't even look at it. Yeah, maybe a Matchbox car for $29.99 if you're lucky. Well, tomorrow morning, Saturday, I hope I sleep real good all night tonight. Because if I do, I'm sleeping in the morning, y'all. I mean, even if I have to get up and feed my fur babies and then go back to bed, that's what I'm going to do. I think. Because they're used to getting their breakfast at a certain time. And if they don't get it, they start getting kind of antsy. I got quoted $9,000 to paint my pickup. There's more than the truck it's worth. Right. $9,000, you could go buy another truck. Well, not really. I mean, you'd have to get a pretty old truck, but you could buy a truck. Yeah, if I don't work on Saturday, I sleep in. As long as I get my video posted sometime in the morning, I'm good. And I've learned that most people don't start watching my videos till about 10 o'clock. Because I've posted them real early before. And nobody's ever watching them really till about 10. Because I guess a lot of the people that watch my videos are in different time zones. They're like later than I am or something. I don't know. But they don't start watching them very early. I guess they like to sleep in too. You know? Oh, me. See, I tell you, y'all relax me. And I said, if I want to sit down and relax, I need to get my channel groupies in here and chat with them. Tamara says, Dennis, what was the better Matchbox or Hot Wheels? My son, when he was little, loved Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. For years after he grew up and moved away from home, I was finding little Matchbox cars under the dirt out in the yard as I was raking and doing different things. I'd come across a little Matchbox car. I said that's where he was out there playing one day, and he didn't bring them all in, I guess. Oh, wow. Sure will, Charm. I'm sorry to hear you're only getting 3.5 hours sleep at night. That's pretty rough. Well, usually if I don't sleep all night. I mean, not even 5 minutes. I'm up all night. I mean, I'm in bed, but I can't sleep. I just toss and turn. And I just went through 2 nights of doing that. Yeah, I'm just planting stuff in my garden from seeds. We have such long, hot winter summers out here, and I like to kind of concession plant. I like to start 1 or 2 tomatoes from a plant, and then I like to start some from seed, so I have them growing when these are about finished producing. Maybe these will start producing. That type of thing. I've tried melatonin. I don't think it ever helped me. Better than Legos. And hi there, Donna Placetia. How are you doing this evening? It's hard to do daily tasks because I'm always tired. I know what you're talking about. I go through the same thing. I go through my daily routine and I'm just dragging. You get addle brain when you don't sleep. No, I just do it a mental note of in my mind. I've never kept a log of what I plant when. I walked by my asparagus tub out there the other day, and there was one little shoot of asparagus. I reached down and grabbed it and I ate it. It was good. I love asparagus. White when you break it, eat it right then. Don't even cook it. Get a little tender one. It's so good. Had 2 trees taken down yesterday. $3,000. Wow. I paid that guy $51 to cut that tree down. He cut it down and then cut it up a little bit. I mean, it was some big pieces, but I was still able to burn it. I can't imagine paying that much for a tree. To pay to cut a tree down, Jana, $3,000. Can you imagine? Must have been a big tree or big 2 trees. The one big tree I had here right at the edge of the porch that had to be taken out, that cost me $800 to get that one cut out. Some Mexicans cut it out for me. But if I'd have went and got a company to do it, it would have been a lot more than that. Huge trees. I figured they must have been for 3,000. I don't know how long we were on that first live that I had to stop and then start a new one. But I had 48 views on it. I got 43 views on this one, 33 live views, and 43 people total watching, because some of them don't come into live chat. Yeah, I started the first one at 7:30, but I don't know how long we were live before I had to end it and then start this one. 49 minutes was the first time. Okay. Yeah, it's not too late to plant because some people concession plant all summer, especially with squash and zucchini, because they'll produce and then finally the plant will die. And if you concession plant and plant one about the time that one's going to die, then it'll start producing for you when that first one is gone. And I noticed today I've got a couple of lima bean shoots coming up in the garden tower, in the green stalk tower. Oh, wow, it's 2 a.m. in your time zone. Will you have a good rest of your night then? Cherwell Charm. Maybe we'll see you on my next live. I got to remember to start wearing my mask. I go out there and start doing stuff in the yard, And I always forget to put my mask on. And then I pay for it in the evening when I come in. Because then I'm coughing like crazy and sneezing. I am just a woman who trusted her husband and took care of all the finances. He died. I am getting a harsh reality in finance. Oh my goodness. Well, did you ever get any satisfaction out of the IRS with that money they say your husband owed that you got to pay? Were you able to claim, what was it, innocent spouse or whatever it was they call that? Or are they still going to try to make you pay that money? I have to get an accountant now. But are they still trying to make you pay that money, or are they going to wipe out the debt, or what's going on with it, or anything? I mean, you got to get an accountant maybe to take care of it? Oh, wow, Jana. I mean, it's me, Ann. Yeah, you got a hard road to travel too with attorneys and stuff that you need to do as far as the doctor that kind of messed you up a little bit. It's a process and it will take a while. I'm in a safe space right now. Well, good. Maybe they'll finally decide that you don't owe that money, that you should not be held responsible for it. I'm hoping that's the case anyway. I know everybody here hopes that's the case, that they'll finally realize you are the innocent spouse and you should not be responsible for any of that. Yeah, we're going to be interested to find out what happens with it. The same way with Anne, we're going to be interested to see how everything turns out for her. Things every day you're dealing with, yeah, I can imagine. I washed my cookie jar last night. That means my cookie jar is empty. That means I got to bake me some cookies of some kind. I got to bake me some cookies and fill my jar back up. Oh, I know you did, Jana. Which cookie jar? The only cookie jar that I've got that's sitting on my counter. Molasses cookies, huh? I don't know what kind of cookies I want to bake. I'll have to come up with all my recipes that I've got and see which ones I want to make. I don't think I've ever made molasses cookies before. Tamara, do you make molasses cookies very often? Yeah, he probably did hide his health conditions from you. And he never dreamed that he would die and leave you in a position where you'd be owing the IRS a bunch of money. I'm sure that was not his intention. Ginger snaps or snickerdoodles. I'm so very happy you tried and enjoyed your Irish soda bread. Yeah, I got a little bit too much flour on top, and I probably didn't mess with it enough because it was kind of loose, or it would have risen a lot higher than it did, but it was still good bread. And I got quite a bit of flour on the outside of it, more than I intended. But, that's okay. Better luck next time. Fortune cookies. I've never made any fortune cookies before. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't plan on passing away and leaving you with the IRS debt to pay. I'm sure that was not ever in his mind to do that. He just didn't think he was going to be gone anytime soon. Yeah, it doesn't rise a whole lot, but it was good. I mean, Irish Irish coffee will make you sleepy. I can imagine, Jana. Yeah, just remember the love. Because some people never have that. They never had what you had with him. MT says, Dennis, will it make you talk funny? Yeah, will Irish coffee make you talk funny? He said sometimes. That's why it makes you sleepy. Have to use Jameson Irish whiskey. Hmm. I haven't made any chocolate chip cookies in a long time. Tamara said I could use an Irish coffee without the coffee right now. So in other words, you could use the whiskey, not the coffee. But to say it's the best, just to put that Irish whiskey right in that coffee. Secret ingredient. With cream on top. Yep. Look who's talking, and I don't even drink alcohol. Or wine of any kind. Never did care for it. And I know red wine is supposed to be good for your health if you drink it real moderately, you know. Like a little bit with your meal or something. It's supposed to be real healthy. I don't know. Janice says I don't drink coffee. Well, I didn't. I swore off of coffee till one of the trips I made to North Carolina, and I stopped at a gas station to get gas, and I was so sleepy I got coffee thinking that was going to make me stay awake. So that trip got me started drinking coffee again, which I wished I hadn't, but I'm drinking coffee again. But sometimes you do things like that, you know. Because I do know if you have any inkling to have cysts of any kind or anything of that nature, that coffee makes it worse. And you're more apt to deal with that problem if you're a coffee drinker than not. And there's Tamara Ameling. Hello. Country Boy 57. Hello there. Randall from Wallace, North Carolina. Wow. You're about 20, 30 minutes from my hometown in Wallace. I'm originally from Atkinson. You know where Atkinson is? Have you ever been there? Can't believe that. Country boy from Wallace, North Carolina. That's my neighboring town. I used to go shopping quite often with my mom in Wallace. There was a few shops there that they didn't have in Burgaw or Wilmington. You go down 117 to Burgaw all the time? Well, my hometown is Atkinson. That's where I was born and raised. Well, for the most part, I was 3 when we moved to New York. Lived there for a few years and then moved back to North Carolina when I was about 8. No, I didn't hear anything about the structures that were found under the pyramids in Egypt. Yeah, what a small world, Country Boy 57. Yeah, my grandparents were born and raised in Atkinson, just outside of Atkinson. They were farmers. 9 kids. So my dad was one of nine children. So I had a lot of family around Atkinson. Okay, Gladys, we'll see you later. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I can't get over that, Country Boy 57. You're in Wallace, North Carolina. They've been talking about Structures found way deep under a pyramid. Wow. No, I haven't heard anything about that. That's your hometown, so you were born and raised there. Well, my dad's family was the Barnhill family. There was Barnhills everywhere in Atkinson. You were either a Barnhill or you were married to one. And then there was a lot of Pridgeons, Woodcocks, Harles. Yeah, I'm going to have to Google that too later and see what I can find out about these structures they're finding under the pyramids. I'm part of the Carnegie clan. I know a Justin Barnhill. I think he's one of my cousins. I think he's one of, well, he's like a distant cousin. I think he's one of my cousin's boys. Justin, because I've seen him on TikTok all the time. But yeah, he's in the family. But I'm thinking, I was trying to place him and figure out which one of my cousins was his parent. Do you know who Justin Barnhill's parents are? You're a crime junkie, Jana. And there's Ram. Hi, Hi, Ram. Welcome to our chat. Yeah, I'd love to know who Justin's parents are so I can figure out which one of my cousins he's in the family of. We went to the same high school, East Dublin. No, I don't know his parents, but I will look into it. Okay, thank you. I'd love to know because I was trying to my best to figure out which one of my cousins was his parents. And I've checked on his background as much as I possibly could, and I couldn't find anything out. George Foreman died? I didn't know that. He was only 76, too young. Yeah, that is pretty young. Good morning, Ram. It's good night here, but I guess where you're located, it's morning. It's 9:20 p.m. in Texas here. You're cooking hamburgers on a George Foreman grill right now. I have a George Foreman grill. It's here in my cabinet. It's one my daughter and her husband gave me one year for Christmas. And I've used it quite a bit, but I haven't used it in a long time. I was thinking the other day I need to get something out and cook it on it and make a video with it because I haven't used that grill in a long time. Yeah, Justin is a good looking guy. And I know he's in the family. I just haven't been able to figure out who his parents are. So I'll know which one of my cousins he belongs to. I was Linda Barnhill from Atkinson. That was my maiden name. And there's another Linda Barnhill on Facebook now, and she's my ex-sister-in-law. because her name was Linda, and then she married my brother, which made her Linda Barnhill. But yeah, Barnhill was my maiden name. My mom is from Moore, Oklahoma. We lived there in 1999 when the F5 hit there, May 3rd, 1999. We moved back to North Carolina after that. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Barnhill clan, a lot of them live in Atkinson. They live in Wilmington, Burgall, some of the surrounding areas, but I don't know that any of them live over in Wallace. But we go to Wallace quite often, or we used to. Yeah, I've been dying to know who his parents are. Some Barnhills live around Maple Hill. Yeah, they do. Some used to live around St. Helena. Um, well, I can't think of the name of the other place. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. I mean, a family that has 9 kids, that's a pretty big family. By the time they get married and have kids of their own, that's quite a big spread. He has the broody look that your son Jack has. Well, my dad was Willie James Barnhill. His dad was name was Don Barnhill. My grandmother was Ella Lee Barnhill before she died. I mean, all my grandparents and most of my aunts and uncles are deceased now. My Aunt Gladys is, I think, the only one of my aunts or uncles out of all of them that are still alive. And she turned 90 this past summer. She'll be 91 this summer. Yeah, I tried to go into his profile to see, but I didn't have any luck. With a wheelbarrow, with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. I worked in it one day and I haven't been back to it yet, but I've got a lot more to do. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just doing it a little bit at a time. Sooner or later, I'll get it all back along the back of my lots, behind the sheds, where all my garden's at. That's where I want it to go. Looks great. I'm for less mowing for sure. Oh, yeah. That's the whole idea behind that. Because my backyard drops off and there's a lot of rocks and holes and it's not level. And I had some mulch one time before and I put it all behind the silver shed to level it out. And it worked real good. So I want to get more back there so I can walk back there without being a mountain goat. I'll fill all the holes of the rocks with all the wood chips and it'll settle down and it'll make me a smooth path back there. Same way, in the garden area, I want to put, because, I've got the weed barrier cloth down now, but it's starting to pull apart and rot. I want to put a few more pieces of that down and then put the wood chips on top of it. So it should keep the grass at bay for a while. And I don't have to worry about mowing back in that area. That's the whole idea behind it. I know that they're working mostly on the inside now. They've had a truck on the other street where they're unloading stuff, and evidently they're working inside, because I haven't seen any of the guys outside, just where they're over on the front of the house where they're putting stuff in the front door. And I've heard them, you can hear them working inside sometimes, but it's putting up walls or, stuff like that. Yeah, that house went up real fast and the roof did too. As far as I know, I think they're going to put a privacy fence around their backyard. That way they don't have to look at my backyard and see my garden, all my pots and totes and buckets and raised beds. Which I'm trying to make it look appealing. I don't want it to look like an eyesore. And having all the wood chips down is going to help the appearance of it too, so. I got the Karen complaining about me. I don't need anybody else. I tell you, she's a nightmare. Yeah, I always had a hard time trying to mow in that corner where I put all the raised beds and stuff, because it's so unlevel and there's stumps and rocks and, oh, you can't hardly get the mower back there. So I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Just put wood chips out and level up the whole yard back there. And as they break down, they'll turn into good soil. So eventually I might have a level yard with grass growing back there. I don't know. But I may keep my garden back there. So if I do, I'll keep it in wood chips so the grass don't grow. Yeah, I've given up on my laptop and seeing everything on there, because it delays, it freezes, it does all kind of stuff. So I've been reading the chat right off of the camera. Yes, but not to me. She's going to the board of directors out here. And she's going to new neighbors that are coming into the area, getting them to watch me, take pictures of anything that I do. So she'll have evidence. I mean, she knows she can't come here and bother me. Because if she does, she'll go to jail. So now she's trying to get other people to do it. She's trying to complain to the board of directors that I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and they need to take care of it. So she's trying to get them to come down here so they'll be harassing me for her. And I've already filled them in on what's going on. And I know that's the only reason she's doing it. So they know. She did the same thing to one of the lady board of directors, and that lady board of director didn't want to deal with her, so she resigned as a board of directors. She said, I'm not dealing with her. I mean, she got in an argument with her right in one of the meetings one night. That's before she ever started on me. And that's what would have happened that night she started talking to me at the meeting, during the meeting. But I just ignored her and I didn't say a word to her. But then when she came back to my house after that, I let her know I didn't like it. And I let her know not to ever come back to my house. And I kept telling her to get off my porch and leave, and she wouldn't. And that was before I even opened my front door. And then when I finally opened the front door, I told her 3 or 4 more times to get off my porch, leave my property. She just stood right there. So I escorted her down to the carport. And she went on to her truck and left. And that's when I called the police station. And I filed a report on her. And they said, well, if she ever comes back to your house again, call us and she will be locked up. So she knows she can't come here. So she's trying to do everything indirectly to get other people to harass me. She told me she'd make my life miserable because she didn't want to be alone and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't want any part of her lifestyle. I don't think that way about her, and I don't want any part of it. I'm sorry. I have a right not to want to be involved with someone like her. She can do whatever she wants. I don't care. Just leave me alone. And there's a vegan menu. And we got SLB 3900, whoever you are, welcome. Yeah, before I filed the report on her, she was coming up here sneaking around, not coming directly on my property, but she'd come around the property line on the other lots around me to see what was going on in my garden and what I was doing in my backyard. And it's none of her business, you know? She complained because I've got more than one trash can. Well, I'm using those trash cans as water compartments, water containers to hold water for my garden. And if she don't like it, she don't need to come in my yard snooping around. If she don't like the fact that I use a clothesline to dry my clothes, she don't have to come in my backyard to see them. I don't hang them in the front yard. They're in my backyard back here. She's the kind of person that complains about everything. If she don't get exactly what she wants, she'll complain and complain and complain. And pretty soon, if she keeps on, that complaining is going to get her in a bad position. Because there's a lot of the people that live in this community already want her gone. They don't want her here. They're tired of her. One lady said she'd get a petition and take it around and get people to sign it just to get her to move if she thought it would do any good. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't want to get into that, but yeah, it's still going on. Like I said, she's not directly coming to me, but she's going to everybody else around me, wanting them to do it for her. Exactly, Ruth. She has no life. She's not happy. Evidently, she hates her life and she hates everybody else. My other neighbors are fine. They don't bother me. They don't talk about me. They don't try to hurt me or do anything against me, but she is something else. I can see where her partner that moved here with her left. I wouldn't live with anybody that does like she does. No, there's no way. I wouldn't be with her no longer than I could get away. Oh, I'd talk about you all right. SLB 3900, what would you say? You keep doing what you're doing, Ruth says. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not bothering other people. And, I want them just not to bother me. Leave me alone. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not breaking any regulations out here. She's complained a lot of times because my grass isn't cut. She thinks everybody should get out there and cut their grass like she cuts hers, what little bit of grass she's got. I mean, she came knocking on my door. I didn't know why she was here. She came in, and then she made one comment. Well, I wouldn't drink your coffee. I wouldn't drink the kind of coffee you're drinking. I didn't offer you any, and I'm not going to. I didn't ask you to come here. Well, she'll not be back again, because if she does, she's going to jail. Because I'll do like the cop told me. She shows up in my yard, at my door, I'm just dialing 911, or I'm dialing his phone number. I've got it in my phone. And I'm going to tell you, she's here. Come get her. Take her butt away. She thinks she's got the right to go around talking down about people, and I'm not the only one she does it to. Like I said, she did it to one of the board of directors, a female. She's done it to other people out here, and they're fed up with it. She can't mind her own business. She's always got to be stirring somebody's pot. Well, I'll tell you what, if that lady wants to take a petition around and get people to sign it, I'll be one of them that'll sign it. I surely will. Because if she don't like us, she don't like the neighborhood, she needs to move. She tried to tell people in the meeting. I mean, right during the meeting, she says, I own 5 lots and I pay X amount of dollars every year on my lots. She said, how much do you pay? And I told her, I said, well, I pay X amount of dollars per lot, and I own 3 lots. And then she looked at me and she says, yeah, but what do you actually pay? Like I get some kind of break on my dues? No, I don't think so. I pay every dime of the dues that's on each one of my lots, just like she does. And I didn't like the insinuation that I was getting a cut on mine. And she was broadcasting it to the whole meeting, the whole board listening to her. No, I didn't appreciate that one bit. And then she said, well, you need to cut your hair. You need to cut it like mine. Because she's got a man's cut. It sure don't look good like it is. I thought to myself, well, it's my hair. I'm not cutting it if I don't want to cut it. And I definitely ain't going to cut it like yours. She tried to tell everybody that I was a lesbian in the meeting, and I'm not. They know I'm not. Because she is, and she wanted me to look like her. Well, I don't think so. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to get on this. I really didn't. But I think she's working on the new neighbors. I got new people moved in right across the street in that rent house. Seemed like a pretty decent family. I don't know, but I think she's already put a bug in their ear to watch me, see what I'm doing, let her know what I'm doing. I tell you, the woman, she's got a poor attitude. She's got a poor life she's living. She needs to change her ways, you know? But she has nothing to do but clean her house, mow her yard, and get in everybody's business and complain about everything. She's a real Karen. Be careful, yeah. Yeah, I know I'm allowed to, but I really didn't want to do it on here, you know? I mean, I never bother her. I don't go around talking about her. I don't care what kind of lifestyle she has. That's her business. Just stay out of my business, you know? I pay every dime on my property dues for every lot that's charged to anybody else that lives in this subdivision. I don't get any kind of breaks or cuts on my property dues. And then she was saying, well, I think people ought to be restricted to only have so many trash cans in their yard. Well, I've got one trash can that I use as a trash can. The rest are water containers. And I could go buy a water container, but it's $99 for one that looks almost just like the container I'm already using that is supposed to be a trash can, but it's got a lock top on it. They've got them at Walmart and they're $100 for basically the same thing. Only theirs has a water spout at the bottom of it. If you could get it up on something high enough that you could use the spout. I don't feel like paying $100 for one of those. Can't afford it. And like I said last time, you know, she complains to the board if they think I'm doing anything wrong. She's got any truth or anything to stand on of what she's saying. They're more than welcome to come to my yard anytime, any day, and take a look. They know she's just a bunch of hot air. She's a busybody. She's a Karen. She stays in everybody's business. She runs her mouth, and it needs to stop. Like I said before, she's not satisfied with her own life, and she finds fault with everybody else's. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get on a better subject. She won't mess with you, Kitty, will she? She better not. That's what somebody said, Jim. Yeah, that's exactly. And I told her that I'm no, I'm not interested. And ever since then, she's been after me. She said she didn't want to be alone. And well, you can't force someone to be with you either. I'm not into that lifestyle, and I'll never will be. I'm sorry. She needs to go find somebody like she is, you know, somebody that is into that. I'm not. What did he die of, Jana? Did he have a heart attack or health problems? What was going on with George Foreman that he died? I think she's even trying to say I'm running the business out of my house, which I'm not. I do YouTube videos. I cook in a video, a YouTube video, and I post it. I don't think that's considered running a business out of my house. Just doing a YouTube video. I video my garden and I post the videos. Big deal. Maybe she's jealous over that too. I don't know. But she don't like nothing I do since I told her I didn't want no part of her lifestyle. Yeah, you don't know why that you just saw somebody post it. Well, I saw Jim post it earlier. I don't know if he knows or not what he died from. Ruth loved that song. Yep, misery loves company, looks like. But she'd have more friends if she'd act like a decent human being and quit complaining about everything. Oh, wow, you lost your brother 20, I can't see what that says, 20, I don't know if it's 26 and a half weeks ago. Lost 3 of my brothers, just me and my younger brother now. I'm sorry about that. I don't have to get a restraining order on her. She's already basically got that. Because he told me if she comes here to my house again to call him and he'll come arrest her. She'll go straight to jail. He died surrounded by family. No cause of death has been disclosed. I thought it was George Foreman, not George Washington. George Washington's been gone a long time. Dennis said George Washington died. Yeah, we know you meant Foreman, Tamara. I was picking on you. Yeah, I knew you meant Foreman. Yeah, I see a lot of these people that are passing away, that some are younger than me, some is about the same age I am, some are a little older. It makes me wonder sometimes, am I living on borrowed time? I don't know. Autocorrect. I know. I type things sometimes and I don't notice it till I post it. And it looks like nothing that I meant to type. I have to keep a cough drop in my mouth so I don't cough my head off. Okay, Caleb. He said he's going on his job. Goodbye, my sweet and beautiful friend. See you next time. Okay, good luck, Caleb. Have a good day. Be safe. And we'll see you next time. Dennis, I love that song. I don't know. She's usually roaming the neighborhood herself. She's never home to have company. She said one time she didn't want people coming to her house and getting her house all dirty. So she goes to everybody else's house. George Jones could sing that song. He died also. You're welcome, Caleb. You're a sweetheart. Tamara's going to her best friend's 70th birthday party tomorrow night. She's hired a Beatles tribute band, practicing my dance moves. Well, tell your friend happy birthday when you go there tomorrow. Tell her we all said happy birthday. Happy 90th birthday. No, 70th birthday. I'm sorry. Jana's mom will be 86 in July. I think that's how old my mom was when she passed away. You go, Tamara, dance like nobody's watching. Just have fun. You love to dance, but you usually get hurt. Dennis, well, what do you do when you're dancing that you get hurt? Well, we're grateful that you have her, Jana. She's just as smart as ever. MT said, Dennis, is this before or after the Irish coffee? Yeah, maybe it's the Irish coffee that makes you hurt yourself when you're dancing. Maybe you get kind of carried away during. You're silly. Oh my goodness. $33 thumbs up. Yeah, I see I got 32. 45 people watching. Jeez, I never thought of that. Well, you were probably feeling so good you didn't think. Sometimes I feel like I need a privacy wall around every inch and square foot of my property, even right to the street, and I know I can't do that. And they're not going to let me put one all the way in front of the street. But you know, people shouldn't have to do that to have privacy. And then she'd find a way. She'd be sending people to my house to see what was going on behind the wall. Dennis, maybe it's that Irish whiskey. Okay, Jana, you have a blessed night. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and we'll see you next time. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Okay, Tamara, Amelin, you have a good night as well. Yeah, I'll never be. I think she'll haunt me the rest of my life as long as she lives here. Unless the cops do something about that and make her keep her mouth shut. No, she's trying to get me in trouble right now. She thinks she can get something on me, and she's going to have all the neighbors around here watching me and telling them to get pictures of me doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, like watering with my garden hose on a day I'm not supposed to be watering or something. Some odd stuff like that. The woman has got a problem. She might be listening to this live right now. Maybe she'll get the hint. Keep her mouth shut and leave me alone. Leave other people alone. They're tired of you. They're tired of you running your mouth about them. Oh, my head itches. My hair's all fuzzy. Does anyone remember Foster Brooks? He always played drunk, but he didn't drink. He was hilarious. You know, that's funny because I remember watching shows where people were acting like they were just dog drunk and they probably never drank a drop in their life. But they but they were pretty good actors. Well, I won't know nothing about it if that happens, Tamara. Or Linda Blaylock. He and Dean Martin were hilarious together. Looks like Donna's leaving us too. Good night, Donna. Have a good night. Glad you could stop by, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe. You got trees that are blooming fast. I used to watch Johnny Carson a little bit at night sometimes. Yeah, Phyllis Diller was hilarious. Good afternoon, Edith. She's back with us again, and there's Jay. Hi, Jay. Yeah, the older ones are pretty good. Some of them are kind of like the songs, the old music from years ago. It's a lot better than a lot of it today. Anything to make us laugh. Have a lot of tree roots that run to rotor, but we can't do that. Do you have any ideas? I don't know. I've got a few trees in my yard, and that's one reason I like to plant in totes and buckets and pots, is because that way the tree roots don't bother them. Now you need a clock, Edith. Yeah, you need you a clock to go with your calendar. Where do you have the roots at, Anne? Where in the yard do you have roots that are bothering you? I got more rocks than I got tree roots in the ground where we want to garden. Yeah, see, that's why I'm planting in totes and buckets and pots. Is because they're above the ground. Don't have to worry about the roots. Because the only thing you can do with the roots is dig them up, dig them out, get rid of them. And I can't do that, so, and I can't get rid of all the rocks, so I just plant above ground. And I was thinking about that when I put my raised beds back there. I said sooner or later, the mesquite tree roots are probably going to find the raised bed. But there's only one tree back there. The other trees are on the other person's lot, so I don't know how long those trees will stay there. Because everybody that's buying lots out here, they clean the lot completely off. They strip the whole lot of every tree that's on it. They don't leave any trees at all. So, I don't know, unless some of these guys have an answer for you, Ann, I wouldn't know. I would kill the trees. We have trees. Then I'd just suggest you put buckets and totes and pots and plant your garden in that. If you've got good soil, good dirt, you can dig up some of the dirt and put it in your pots and totes to plant in. That way you don't have to buy all the garden soil if you got good soil there. Where's everyone from? I know Dennis is from Florida. Ann is from Texas, and I can't remember the name of the town. Mart, Texas. So we got people from Texas, Florida, Connecticut, all over. You'll have to build your soil like I do, composting in place. Put your broken down wood bark in the bottom, your leaves, your compost, food scraps, just anything that doesn't attract ants. You don't want ants in there, because not if you want to plant in it right away. And then put native dirt, top it off with some good potting mix or topsoil or up in-ground soil or raised bed soil. I usually put about 1 inch of the best soil on the very top to plant seeds in. Sometimes black dirt's good. I don't know how yours is. It was 41 degrees in the morning. Well, it's not going to get below about 50 tonight here. I used to have groundhogs in my rock garden out there because they used to eat all my flower bulbs. And I don't know if I've got one back or it's just the fact that it's been so dry the last couple of years, but I know all of them are still not there. But those the wind spinners, if you'll stick them down where you don't want the groundhogs to be, when those spin, it sends a vibration down the stem, the stick, in the ground. And the ground moles or groundhogs don't like it, so they leave. That's how I got rid of them in my garden. Ground moles or whatever they call them. Ruth lives in an apartment, and she said she would love to do a garden. I've never seen one. I've seen the damage they do. And I had one of these things out in my rock garden that it sends out like a vibration signal every couple of, like every 30 seconds or so. And so, come to think of it, when I was out there today, I didn't hear it. It may have stopped working. I need to check it. I had one, those wind spinners that you buy, the decorative little sticks you put down in the ground that has the spinner that when the wind blows it spins. Well, it vibrates enough that it sends a vibration down the stem, the stick, into the ground. And the ground moles don't like it. They'll leave. That's how I got rid of them in my rock garden. I put about 4 spinners out there one summer, and they did not like that vibration in the ground. And then after that, I put one of those, it's just a stake that you put down. It's got a little box on the top. And about every 30 seconds, it sends off a vibration signal thing. And that's supposed to keep them away too. They say you can take a radio and set it down in your garden wherever they bother you. Just play music, and they don't like that. It's vibration in the ground. They don't like it. They'll leave. I've never tried playing the music out there, but I have put those spinners. And it seemed to work. And there's Craig. Hey, Craig. Ruth says, how did they get through with the ghost in his house? He finally went to a motel last night and stayed all night. And he said he was not going back to the house. The ghost could have it. And my grandparents used to eat them. Ground moles? Or what are you talking about? I don't think I want to eat one. You're getting as bad as Wilson, Dennis. Go for tortoise. Oh. Yeah, I didn't see Wilson tonight. I don't know what he's doing. He hasn't been in the live tonight. They would eat a mole if they could catch it. Yeah, they probably would if you'd cook it for them. The kitties are fine, both of them. They're getting along a little bit better. Kind of weary of little Buddy because he expects little Buddy to fight with him when he gets near him, and he'll kind of draw back, go around him because he don't want to fight with little Buddy. He tries to make friends with him, and a lot of times little Buddy's not having it. Yeah, I thought he was, but he didn't come back on this next one. Yeah, Anthony's working tonight, and he said he was not going back to that house, that the ghost could have it. And he left. He was in the live to begin with, and then he left because he had to go do something for work. And he said whenever he got through, if I was still live, he'd come back in, but I haven't seen him back yet. Lucky's okay. He's doing well. I've been trying to post shorts of him so you can see he's roaming around. He's doing fine. Ghostbusters, yeah. He said he showed the video to some of the guys at work, and they said they told him he needed a priest or a exorcism or whatever they call it. He said he wasn't doing all that. I want to see the video, but he's not. I don't know if he can send it by email to me or not, but I've not seen it yet. Yeah, he needs Ghostbusters. They'll get rid of the ghost for him. I can't imagine having to go through that. But I know it would terrify me if all of a sudden I saw my cabinets in my kitchen or my drawers or any of these cabinet doors open all by themselves. I would be scared to death. I mean, I just can't imagine it. Yeah, I know he asked about Lucky, and I told him that Lucky's fine. He's getting kind of antsy. He didn't want to stay cooped up anymore. He wanted to be outside. So I've been letting him out. He's been staying pretty much in the yard. He hasn't been leaving. Him and little buddy both have just been hanging around close to the door. And when I'm out there, they kind of follow me around just like usual, but they stay right there. Spirits are always around. And Dennis says I keep plenty of spirits on hand. I've never heard of eating moles either. I'm not eating ground moles. That's like eating a rat. I'm not eating no rat either. Don't think I care for one. Don't think I care for one. I can't believe it's the 21st, or tomorrow be the 22nd of this month already. This month is almost gone. Yeah, I've not really seen a ghost either. I mean, I saw my parents, but I don't consider them a ghost. I don't know what that. I don't know. Maybe that was a ghost. Maybe they were two ghosts that I saw. But it was my parents as they were when they were younger. Ooh, me. My 74th birthday was on the first day of spring. Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tamara. Wasn't today the first day of spring? I don't even know. So that would mean your birthday was today. Yesterday, okay. Thank you. Birthdays are special. Yes, they are. Mine will be here before I know it. Oh, man. Oh. Y'all are getting me so relaxed. I'm about ready to go to sleep, y'all. Oh, Linda says, eating a bowl of oats will help me sleep. When I first glanced at that, it looked like you said you were eating a bowl of cats and it will help you sleep. I thought to myself, that can't be cats. And then I looked closer and it's OATS, not CATS. Oh my goodness. Dennis's mother died on his birthday. Tamara, who are you asking when is their birthday? Oh, me. Oats and hay. Oh, me? Mine is May 7th. So it's in about another month and a half. Oh, me. Oh. How could I forget that? Same day as my daughter. Linda is 7 May, right? Yep, 7th of May. Yeah, I had supper and it was my video that I'm going to post in the morning. So you're going to see what I ate for supper tonight. When you see my video in the morning, I'm not telling you about it tonight. You got to watch the video to find out. She looked at me, took off running. Yep, I had a good supper. Been wanting it for a while, so I finally fixed it tonight. But I'm not telling you what it is. You have to watch my video to find out. I said I was going to fix it anyway, so just as well make a video out of it, huh? That's what I did. So I'd have one to post tomorrow. Seem like people want to view my cooking videos more than my gardening videos, but I got to do all of them because that's what my channel's about. Y'all need to watch some of my gardening videos too, not just all my cooking videos. I went for fish at VFW. Really? I bet it was good. Yeah, I'll tell you in the morning when I post my video. You watch that and you'll see what I had for dinner tonight. I just took a notion I wanted some, and that's what I did. I bet VFWs usually have pretty good food when they have their cookouts, cook-offs, or whatever you want to call them. Ann says she watches both. Your VFW always has good food, Dennis? Oh, I can't believe I got quite a few people watching tonight. I should have later lives more often. A lot more people come. I guess it's because of the different time zones. I've got a lot of people that are, I mean, this is their morning and it's our night, our bedtime, basically. And they're just getting up. Their day is just starting. I like to have lives all different times of the day or night. Gives other people a chance to get in. Oh, I thought I heard you say grits earlier. Oh, I ate grits and eggs this morning for breakfast. That might be where you heard me say grits. Yeah, I fixed me some grits and scrambled eggs and fried some bacon. And that's what I had for breakfast because I just took a notion I wanted grits and eggs. I hadn't fixed any in a while, so I ate me a bowl of grits and scrambled eggs and broke up the bacon in it. It was pretty good. You like trivia night, Roger? Well, good. Maybe you'll come back to the next one. And there's Leah McLendon. Good, everyone. Linda, if you haven't already, you can create a video of you making something that came from your garden. That way we get the best of both worlds. Well, I do that. I've cooked the greens from my garden and I did a video on it and I showed you how to freeze them after you cook them. I did squash, yellow squash. I did eggplant. Yeah, I try to show how I cook stuff out of the garden. Whenever I have actual stuff that comes in from the garden, I do a video with it. And if I don't have it coming in from the garden, I'll do a video of stuff that should be coming in from my garden. Like beans and, different things like that. I could have a couple of chickens here, but I don't think I want to because I've got enough on my plate right now with my garden and my housework and my yard work and that type of thing. I don't think I want to add chickens to the menu. And I've never taken care of chickens, so I don't know anything about dealing with chickens. My son has got chickens at his house. He has them for the eggs. And usually they keep him pretty well stocked in eggs. But he lives a little bit far from me to get eggs from him when I need them. My neighbor across the street has chickens. She did have a rooster, but then somebody must have complained about the roosters crowing, so they told them now that they can't have roosters anymore. You can have your 12 chickens, but you can't have the roosters. And you know what's going to happen pretty soon. They're going to tell everybody they can't have the chickens either. Chicken, they don't bother me. The roosters didn't bother me. I liked hearing them. Oh my God, Roger Chambers, you have 80,000 chickens at one time. You must have a great big chicken farm with great big chicken houses. Yeah, that's a lot of chickens live. Could you imagine the feed? You got to feed 80,000 chickens? Oh my gosh. You raise chickens for market to have that many. Or you have chickens for the eggs, one or the other, or both. I do 400 or 500 foot houses. So you get all the eggs and chicken you want. You got enough of them. I guess I know I'm going to end up having to put a privacy fence around my house, because that one neighbor is going to be complaining that I've got too many pots and totes and raised beds and everything else from my garden, and she's going to try to make them do away with letting people have gardens in their house. I mean, at their house, in their backyard. I mean, she'll do it if she can get away with it. So I know sooner or later I've got to have a fence, and I don't have the money for a fence. But I've already decided at the time that I do have to put one up, it's not going to be one of these wooden, flimsy, rot-away wooden fences that they're putting up now. Because the boards don't last very long. They discolor after a while, and they don't look that good anymore. You're always having to replace boards. And I want something that's basically maintenance-free. Lots of chicken manure. Yep, that'd be great for gardens. You got to be careful with chicken manure, though. You can burn your plants up real quick with chicken manure, because it is pretty powerful. I don't think you can take it right from the chicken house and put it on your plants. You got to put it in a pile and let it do whatever it does for a while before you can use it. They say rabbit manure is better for your garden than chicken manure, because you can use that right away. You don't have to worry about it burning your plants up. I've not used that, and I've not used the cow patties or anything else from my garden because I don't have access to any of that. My son does it because he's got cows, he's got horses, he's got chickens. Keep feeling something biting my neck. I don't know if I got an ant on me or what. I could have brought one in from the garden today. Yeah, eggs are about to get to be a luxury. And that's why one reason why a lot of people want to have chickens is so they can produce their own eggs. I mean, I don't know what the cost of taking care of chickens would be versus the cost of the eggs, how it balances out. But I'm sure that the chickens that produce the eggs for you at your own house is better for you than the ones you buy. I guess. I don't know. Bird flu. Yeah, I can't afford chickens. I don't think I want to raise chickens. I don't know that much about raising chickens. Cats get bird flu. Hmm. Oh, I'd love to have chickens that laid golden eggs. I'd be wealthy. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Can a chicken get cat scratch fever? I have no idea. My daughter had that when she was little. She was about 3 or 4 years old. And we went to see my mom one time, and my mom had just got this little baby kitten. And it was a little Persian cat kitten. And my daughter was playing with him, and he scratched her on the arm, just a little bitty scratch. You didn't think nothing of it. And after that, she started running fevers. And she'd be sick one day with a high fever. The next day, she'd be fine. Then all of a sudden, that next day, she'd have a fever again. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know whether to take her to the doctor or what to do, because about the time I'd make up my mind to take her to see a doctor or take her to the emergency room, she was fine. And then all of a sudden, she'd run fevers again. And then her gland under her armpit swelled up. So I got off work one day. They wanted me to stay and work late, and I couldn't. I told them, I said, I can't. I've got to take my daughter to the emergency room, or I got to take her to the doctor. She's sick, and I've got to get her in. And I took her to the emergency room. They admitted her to the hospital, and they said she had cat scratch fever, and you only get it from Persian cats. It's a germ in their claws that you only get from that breed of cat. And they treated her for a day or so, and it was not doing any good. And it had me worried. I wouldn't even leave the hospital. I stayed right there day and night with my daughter. And then all of a sudden, I think the third day, they finally said that the antibiotics and stuff started working. And she was fine after that. But that was scary, you know. I mean, had never heard of cat scratch disease or cat scratch fever, and that's what she had. But it gets some kind of infection in your glands, and she had that gland under her armpit. It was about the size of a tennis ball. She complained because she couldn't get her arm down because she had that lump under her arm. And I said, well, we got to get you into the emergency room. And I took her in. And they said she had cat scratch fever. Admitted her to the hospital. She was in the hospital for 4 or 5 days, I think. Finally, the antibiotics kicked in and started working, and she was fine. You had that when you were a kid, Dennis? And my dad said the doctor was a quack. Why did he say the doctor was a quack? He never heard of it, I guess. Huh. Well, I'd never heard of it till then. And I don't know what my mom did with the kitten, but the kitten disappeared. So I guess she gave it away to somebody else or something. Because I never saw the cat after that, the little kitten. It was a pretty little kitten. But they said that was the only line of cat that carried that germ in their claws is the Persian cat. Persian bloodline. Well, you know what? We've been on here for about 2.5 hours this time. I don't know how long the first time. And I'm wore out. And I know it's probably most of yours is bedtime, so I don't want to keep y'all on here all night. I don't want to bore you to death. I know the song because my sister always made jokes. Good night. Okay, well, I love it that all of you came in here and put up with me having to start another live after the first one just disconnected itself somehow. Y'all have a blessed night. Have a good, safe day tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.